And the blowers were noisy in those days, so when he was on AM, fixing up the contact in the first place, you had to shout across the blower.
You're probably the first person to have central heating, I suppose, isn't it?
Oh, I suppose so, yes. I mean, to some degree, it could be called RF heating. A little interesting story on the thing there. Dave Pack, G3MPS, he, to try and get rid of the noise, he had his blower, which is a vacuum cleaner, right, with a aperture in the wall, because he had a shack at the end of his garage, an aperture in the wall where he drew the air from in the garage, and so to keep the noise down. And one day we were talking, and the motor kept speeding up. So we went round and were looking, his cat kept getting trapped against it. He was sucked against the filter on the other side. And that was an hilarious moment. Well,
the first catalytic converter? No.
Yeah. Well, this was modded. Its original modulator was a valve modulator, and you can see very update a transistor modulator.
Oh yes. Oh yes.
It's still this still works. I did in fact work the Bristol group on the contest last Saturday before, something like that. Yeah. And I told them that the transmitter was over 30 years old that we were using. And whilst it was open, that resistor there got 100 and some odd volts on it. And a blue bottle fly came buzzing into the place and was rather annoying. I couldn't chase him out. And eventually went between there and the case. He didn't last long. There was a little flash and a spark, and that was the end of it. So it's a good fly catcher as well. That isn't a tuned circuit. That's
no.
an AIDS lead.
Right.
When I got it out to put it on there, because I thought it would be an interesting thing to put an old piece of gear on there, I couldn't remember what all the knobs and switches were on the front. So it took me half a morning, taking the bits out and the covers out and working back with it, and then writing on the front there what they were. So that I knew what had to be on it, but I didn't know which was which. So that was a valve. I had another valve transmitter which was a tripler. It was a straight tripler. And I don't know what happened to that. That one worked very well for a long time, and I had quite a number of contacts on that. In fact, my early logbook, which I think cost 3 shillings and 6pence, practically has no contacts other than 70 centimetres in it.
Great. Have you got that logbook here?
It is here somewhere, but I'm not sure exactly where it is at the moment. Might be able to find it before you go. So there's a bit of the old hardware as it was in those days. Those valves in Sensi were again were a very modern valve, QVO320s.
320, yeah.
Prior to that, we used to use the 832A, I think it was, right,
yes,
which was the American surplus one, and that worked, but it wasn't as efficient as those. So you can see a couple of adaptions on there, where it had numerous modifications over the years. But this thing used to work regularly every night, without fail for quite some years. And famous TV sockets on the end of it as well.
Old Bellinglee again, that's right.
Yes, yeah. That's about all there is to say on that. I say the front of it was filled with pots that were required in those days to check up. The other interesting thing on the 4X250 was that up to about an hour's running, you had to constantly keep tuning the PA as it got hotter and hotter, you know, and metal expansion and what have you, which was nothing more that really than a bolt with a tap bush in there, and it was a threaded thing, and that had the 2 discs inside were in fact 2 pennies, right, which were duplicated as tuned circuits. It's getting heavy, I'll put it back.
Yes.
Before I had a camera, I used to use a flying spot scanner. 931A tube. And the interesting thing on that, the first thing were 2 television sets coupled up together as far as time bases were concerned. The 931A and its amplifier sat in front of the one, and the transparencies were put on the screen, or as I used to do in there, chalk on the screen what I wanted, and that was the information that used to go out, and then rub it off the screen again and and do it again.
So your 2 time bases of the 2 monitors basically then were locked together, obviously, and that's where you got the synchronization
That's right,
from.
that's right. As long as the unplug the other side could stay with the line circuit and keep catching up or that sort of thing.
Right.
Frame wasn't a problem because everybody locked the mains anyway.
Ah, right.
So, but the line used to drift around a bit as it did, well, between his line drifting his side and mine, it was when receiving, and I had somewhat similar things the other way.
Right, right.